Hello everyone, this is Jessica with Stamp Punch Love, and the project we're making today is this really cute little mini desk calendar. I've already given away my prototype, and I didn't really get many pictures of it, so we're just going to hop right in. The base is what we're going to start with, and it is a piece of cardstock that is 5 5/8 by 3 1/2, scored at 1 1/8 and 1 3/8. This is a piece of rose red cardstock because we're going to be using the Love Blossoms Designer Series paper stack from our Occasions catalog. So our colors are going to be rose red and blushing bride primarily. I'm just folding these over and giving them a good varnish with my bone folder. And now I'm going to bring in my piercing mat and a little calendar I printed off from my computer. I trimmed this, each of these months to 2 1/8 by 2 3/4. We're going to use the little mini brads. They're 1/8 of an inch brads. These are in our annual catalog and our paper piercer. I'm going to pierce that over the Saturday and Sunday just to kind of keep things even. By the way, I am going to put the PDF for this calendar on my blog so that you can print out your own. After we get the holes punched, you can see it's not like super easy, but it will happen. Just put a little bit of force behind it. We're going to run those mini silver brads through. I love these. I wish we had them in more colors, honestly, but I do adore them. We're going to run those through, bend our prongs down, and if you don't want to do it over the Saturday and Sunday, that's fine, but you do want to give yourself plenty of room on the edge so that your metal doesn't hang off. Next, we're going to take some tear and tape and run that across the top edge, covering those brads. And then we're going to bring in our piece of Blushing Bride and Designer Series paper. These are cut to 2 3/8 by 2 3/4 for the DSP and 2 5/8 by 3 for the cardstock. We're going to take some snail and just layer it over and then take the backing off of that tear and tape, which today I found a little challenging with those brads under there, so I took my paper piercer just to kind of pry that up. Works like a dream. If you have your nails done painted, then that's also a really good way to get the backing off of our tear and tape or any sticky tape type stuff. So put that together and our calendar is layered up and ready to go. Next, we are going to bring our base back in. I'm just kind of getting an idea there, making sure that I like where that's going to fold, and bring our piercing mat back in. I'm going to lay that over because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my calendar as a guide, and I'm going to line up and pierce through the base in line with those brads that are already there. This is where we're going to put our candy dot brads, or candy dot base brads, I think it is. There you go, I'll just show you. Candy dot brad bases. There we go. These are also in an annual catalog. They're going to be in that same area as the regular brads, and of course I drop one, get it stuck on my sweatshirt. Oh, there it is. Put it away. So I'm going to run those through my holes. This is how we're going to hold that little flap down. Obviously, not a necessity to have the little flap with the extra decor or anything. I just thought it was cute. Honestly, someone kept stealing my calendar at work, so I decided to make some that would be easy to spot if they got stolen. Now I'm bringing in my Subtles candy dots, and I'm going to take a Blushing Bride dot for each base. This one tries to run away from me a little bit. Sometimes they just have a mind of their own. My original prototype I actually did with Pacific Point and Basic Black, and I used our Perfectly Artistic, maybe it is. It's the water marble one from the Celebrations catalog. That's what I used for my original one, and it was slightly different dimensions. I'll put pictures in the blog post. So now we are getting close to being done with our assembly. I'm going to take a 7/8 of an inch by 3 3 3/4 of an inch. Wow, 7/8 by 3 1/4 inch piece of DSP. Scratch that. That was wrong. That was the size of my Blushing Bride. The DSP is actually 5/8 of an inch by 3. Thankfully, all of these measurements will be in my blog. Thank you so much for anyone who points out when I get something wrong. I have a full-time job and I juggle a few things. So as much as I try and be accurate and concise on here, sometimes I just mistype. I do apologize, but I do appreciate your patience with me. So we're going to line that up on our top flap. And then we're going to get that tucked in. You may have to adjust your brads a little bit. If they're too tight, you may have to pull them up so that it tucks nicely. And we'll glue down our calendar. Now you could definitely leave it like this. There are a lot of places, a lot of steps in this process that you could leave the calendar. It's definitely pretty at a bunch of different stages. So this is one stage that you could leave it at. But we're going to keep going, and we're going to use the You're So Lovely stamp set from our Occasions catalog with a 3/4 inch piece of Whisper White and a 1 inch piece of Rose Red. We're going to stamp Enjoy Your Day. Yeah, had a slight cat issue, so we cut that out. But we're going to use our banner triple punch and banner out each end. So of course the 1 inch fits just fine, except the fact I'm being way too pushy with it and have to pull it out and straighten the cardstock and then flip it over to line everything up. Don't manhandle your cardstock. So on this small area, it does take out about 7/8 of an inch. So you want to take that into account when you're bannering. Obviously this one doesn't fit snugly, but you can just center it up at that 3/4 inch width. So there we go. Those are going to nest perfectly. And I'm going to bring my ink and my stamp back in and stamp Enjoy Your Day. I thought that was just kind of cute and maybe a little punish for a calendar, but I like it, so I'm doing it. And now we'll pop that up with dimensionals. And then I've already taken a 2.5 inch circle of Blushing Bride and ran that through my Big Shot with my Decorative Dots embossing folder. Just so we didn't have that in the video, I went ahead and did that to begin with. And now I was just kind of playing to see if I really wanted the circle, but I do. I'm going to take some some snail and run that along just the bottom, basically quarter of the circle, and stick that on to the easel part. And then I am going to take excuse me, catch my throat, some more dimensionals and put that on the back of our banner, line that up in the center of our circle, and this is it. It's basically an easel card style, so you can adapt this to whatever you want to do. But it's cute. It's sturdy enough that it will hold up on your desk. I mean, if you don't like throw it around or anything. But I'd love to see your versions. Like I said, I'll put my original in the blog and all the dimensions. Thanks and gig 'em, guys.